feel welcome here at the Wrecking Hall in Tampa Bay, Florida. Joining me is Corey. Well, wait, I'm joining you. I'm in your house.
Hey, Tim. Tool time. Here we go.
All right, we got Banana Split Your Lip out there for FOCO going against number 43, Harley Turin.
Oh, and Banana Split Your Lip out in front. Lead jammer.
This is going to be a good one because not only has Crooked River had a big day yesterday, but FOCO had a rather large day yesterday. And FOCO will be ending this tournament today at 5 o'clock going up against your own Tampa Junior Roller Derby.
So Banana Split Your Lip and FOCO put 4 points on the board.
All right, and 204 Hippie out there for FOCO going against number 27, Angelina. Both teams down, 1 blocker. Oh, I'm going to correct myself because I kept calling them Crooked River, and this is in fact Cincinnati. I'm sorry, I didn't brain good.
Well, the FOCO jammer is out of the pack, and Hippie is coming around on a scoring pass. Hippie putting 4 points on the board, calling off the jam. That's 8 points for FOCO. And still no points on the board yet for Cincinnati.
Yet. Right now we got 801 Scully for FOCO going against number 20 Ginger Smacks. Cincinnati down 2 blockers at the start of this jam. Ginger finds a hole on the outside, gets through, gets your lead jam.
So with Scully getting lead jam, that's 3 in a row for FOCO. And I did rhyme that on purpose.
And it looks like FOCO pulled a cut track on the Cincinnati jammer. This is going to be a power jam for Scully.
Scully putting all 5 points on the board on that pass.
Excellent blocking by Cincinnati off of turn 4, courtesy of number 88, Bug Smasher.
So they did a bridge very well, and Cincinnati, Tim, they allowed their blockers to regroup and slow her down. That was a great play by Cincinnati on defense.
Yeah, FOCO's defense this weekend has been really smart and really fast-paced. They're not a terribly aggressive team as far as hits go. They do a lot of positional blocking. Cincinnati, I've seen it likes to hit, but their walls are very tight. Yet they still space out enough because their lateral movements are strong enough to cover more ground. And with 1 blocker in the box, they're going to need that against Banana Split Your Lip.
I'm assuming Monkey Wrench.
I believe that is Monkey Wrench out there for Cincinnati.
Oh, and Banana Split Your Lip is out of the pack. Lead jammer. And
5 points on the board for Banana Split Your Lip.
And a power jam. Banana Split Your Lip with 1 to beat. Does a great spin. And getting 5 more points on the board. Cincinnati walling up, recycling the FOCO jammer.
Number 71, Sunny Days for FOCO, doing some work for jammer, breaking up that tripod. And Jamina for Cincinnati going to the penalty box.
Banana split your lip, just split. Two of the Cincinnati blockers. Jammer went right through those two blockers. Oh, great work on the outside on 1 foot.
In the business, we call that some fancy footwork.
When I was in Jacksonville, I think I called that a turkey leg.
All right, Cincinnati's jammer through the initial pass. And Banana calls it, still holding Cincinnati at 0. 51 points total for FOCO.
And if I'm not mistaken, that was the highest scoring jam of the game so far at 28. And we're only coming into the 4th jam.
And who do we have out there now, Corey?
We've got Angelina for Cincinnati going up against Hippie for FOCO.
Cincinnati with the first lead jam of the game on their team, courtesy of Angelina. Bit of a cleanup off of turn 3. And we got a down skater. An official review is being called. But Angelina putting 3 points on the board for Cincinnati when we were doing a call for Cincinnati against Crooked River, Angelina was definitely doing some work out there for her team, one of the high-scoring jammers of that game. Aphrodite going to the penalty box. Official review still on.
All right, so we're still under an official review. And I'm sure we have some things in Vendor Village that y'all might be interested in hearing about.
That's right. We still have raffle tickets available. We also still have MVP voting. The voting booth is over by the concession stand. You could vote for the MVPs for this tournament. And the Tampa Junior Roller Derby still has a bake sale. They're raising money to go to Nationals in July. I believe me and a certain person will be there, possibly. I just have to bribe him properly. Huh? Nothing, you're pretty and I like what you did with your hair. But yes, and at halftime of this tournament today, we'll be having the Toe Stop Booty Pop. And as far as any other upcoming games, May 5th, the home team season opener where the Mafia will be going up against the Widows. But we're getting close to wrapping up this tournament, so if you haven't gotten your Spring Break Swarm t-shirts or your custom hats, shoes, or pretty much anything you can bring in, Betty Bam Bam doing me a favor by giving me a custom graphic on my Merce.
Nice. The fact that you admitted you have a Merce is awesome. And we're underway.
And it looks like Kaza Kazam out there for FOCO with the star cover. And Jamina going to the penalty box for a cut track. That makes this a power jam. Finds some trouble on the outside of 2. Gets back up with lead jam.
Katakazam coming around with a scoring pass. 5 points on the board. FOCO. Kazam coming around, another 5 points. FOCO with a 2 blocker advantage.
Kazam finding a hole on the outside, but hits it, quits it, puts another 4 on the board for FOCO. All right, and we have Scully taking the line. FOCO. Monkey wrench out there for Cincinnati.
Scully takes the inside line. Again, lead jammer FOCO.
Both jammers neck and neck as they enter the engagement zone. Cincinnati bumping through with a head start. No points on that pass. I'm sorry, yes, no points on that pass, but 5 points for FOCO.
So here we go with Guts and Glitter, number 86 for Cincinnati, going up against number 3, Banana Split Your Lip for FOCO.
Excellent block on the inside by number 9, Cincinnati.
So Banana Split Your Lip, I'm not sure if you just saw that. The spin move that Banana Split Your Lip just did was very agile.
Yeah, the footwork on both teams has been amazing. And FOCO sending a jammer to the penalty box. That's going to make this a power jam for Cincinnati. Guts and Glitter going to the penalty box too for a cut track.
Since roller derby is no fun without a jammer on the track, the FOCO jammer is being released. Only needing to sit as long as the other jammer. So the Cincinnati jammer might be released soon as well.
Yes, gone are the days of yore when a jammerless jam was a thing.
Yeah, that's one of the modifications of the rule set that is definitely beneficial to the fans.
Absolutely. It's great to see that JRDA, WFTDA, and MRDA are working really well together to make sure the rules are not only like understandable, but also constantly evolving. They got rid of minor penalties a couple years ago. Yep. They got rid of the jammerless jam, and they just make the game not only easier for the skaters and any of the refs who are out there doing work, but it also makes it more enjoyable for us to watch.
And the flow of the game as a spectator is very consistent. And
absolutely.
That makes for fun.
And now that they're getting more feedback on the rules, that really is affecting the flow of the game. A couple of years ago, Melbourne used to have this strategy called the cockroach defense. When one of their skaters was in the penalty box, they would be on their back when the jam was called, and they would slowly start to get up to kill time for them to be in play, and that would release their jammer. And it was called the cockroach defense because they they just had fun with it, started kicking their legs and hands.
That's a really good idea. Do you have video of that? I mean, can we add that to the I'll Be Damned page so we can see that?
Hit up standby. I guarantee you it has video of it with sound effect.
If there is video, we will put that on the I'll Be Damned page. And Hippie's coming around.
And you'll forgive my walk down memory lane. In the meantime, Angelina for Cincinnati getting another lead jam. Calls it. 4 points on the board for both sides.
I think on that one, Angelina was working to get those points, not only as a moral victory, but to add more points on the board. I mean, might have given up a few, but definitely helped.
Absolutely, and even though FOCO's at 102 to Cincinnati's 11, Cincinnati is still not making it easy or giving up it by any means on the track. And right now we have Scully out there going up against Monkey Wrench for Cincinnati.
And this pack is speeding up. A much faster pack than we've seen up until this point.
And Monkey Wrench gets your lead jam for Cincinnati. Excellent move off of turn 4. Monkey Wrench through. 4 points on the board for Cincinnati.
Monkey Wrench getting some offensive help.
And that's 8 points for Monkey Wrench on this jam. The high jam for the game so far for Cincinnati. Don't let the score fool you. These kids aren't out of it just yet. And as we've seen a couple of times today, those leads have been getting whittled away at all day.
And as we've said before, every jam counts.
Right now we have Angelina out there going up against Kazam. And another lead jam for Angelina.
That looks like 3 in a row, but I might be missing one. It might be 4.
I'm gonna back you up. I don't have a written record, unfortunately, but the last 4 times I've seen her, I think 3 she's gotten lead jam. All right, and Cincinnati down 2 blockers, 1 standing, and that's a 9-point jam.
But maybe more importantly, that was a 9-point jam in holding FOCO to a shutout on that jam.
Absolutely, very impressively done. And who do we have out there now, Corey?
That is Monkey Wrench and Banana Split Your Lip. We do have a timeout for FOCO.
So
go ahead. No, I was just going to start talking to you because, you know, nobody else is
nobody else wants to. I appreciate that.
You always take what I say to a little different angle. So what I was going to say was because you're sitting next to me. And it's fun that way. Yeah.
So you have to talk to me by association is what I get from that statement, sir. If only there was an extreme peanut butter sandwich to which to soothe my broken heart. Oh wait, there is.
What is making the peanut butter sandwich extreme? Is it bacon? Is the secret bacon?
I'm gonna say they soak the peanuts in Mountain Dew and then they make the peanut butter, which may sound disgusting, but it would make it extreme because nothing is more extreme than a sweet, sweet taste of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and with peanut butter, I think that would be an extreme peanut butter sandwich. That could be exactly what it is. If you want to know for sure what the extreme and the extreme peanut butter sandwich is, you yourself can walk right over there and get an extreme peanut butter sandwich.
And then you can become extreme yourself. I have the strong feeling that once I have the PB Extreme, I'm going to get really into parkour.
Banana Split Your Lip is lead jammer. Coming around fast with 5 points on the board. Monkey wrench being recycled. Good toe stop work on the edge there with Monkey Wrench staying in bounds. Banana Split Your Lip does come by with 5 more points on the board. Calling off the jam. So that is a FOCO 15-0 point jam. Bringing your score 121 FOCO, 28 Cincinnati.
And for Cincinnati, we have Angelina out there again, who's gotten most of the lead jams for Cincinnati so far today. Going up against her is 204 Hippie with FOCO. Cincinnati down 1 blocker at the start of this jam. And then that happens. Low block called on Cincinnati's jammer. That's making this a power jam for Hippie.
Maybe doing a bit of a low to high there to get through the pack.
Aphrodite for Cincinnati going to the penalty box for a high block. Still some great 2-person blocking by Harley Trin and Peach Cobbler. And 27 Angelina going back to the penalty box for an insubordination and I believe illegal procedure for failing to enter the words.
Track.
Engagement zone, yes. So that's 2 penalties on 1. So Hippie taking full advantage of this full power jam.
Another blocker for Cincinnati going in the box. That's number 95, Anna Maniac.
Excellent 3-person wall by Cincinnati just off the jammer line, stopping Hippie cold. But Hippie putting 24 points on the board for FOCO. This is starting to become a very intense game.
You know, we've seen several games here that have been intense over the years, and what's going to happen? The timeout's going to be taken. Everybody's going to regroup a little bit, and you know they're going to play roller derby. So, the score again, as we've said to each other, Tim, is not always indicative of the gameplay. And excellent gameplay happens on every jam. So as a fan of roller derby, I like to watch each jam separately. And the score is ancillary. I might be a little bit of a roller derby fan more than, a score fan.
Yeah, I enjoy the sport and the gameplay. The score at the end honestly doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't matter to our junior athletes because every time we have an after party, whether it's a close game or a blowout, it's still a lot of fun to go to. I've had more fun after parties with junior parents than I have with some of my other leagues.
I mean, we're all here for the enjoyment of the sport. So this is going to be a power start for FOCO.
And that looks like Baby out there. Nope, that's Scully. Sorry, they do look similar.
So Scully not getting a whole lot of offensive help. Has a 3-wall to get through. Does so on the inside with some turning and excellent footwork, scoring 4 points.
Thunder doing some work against Cincinnati's jammer, taking her back just after turn 2. Scully through with another 5 on the board. And that looks like a power jam now for Scully as Angelina goes to the penalty box. She will call it, so FOCO will get a power start at the beginning, and we have an official timeout called.
So with that, again, we have a bit of a break. And I think it would be a good time to say that we have some raffles. We still have the t-shirt for Spring Break Swarm for sale. And typically that does sell out. So if you happen to be here in the building, grab your Spring Break Swarm t-shirt now.
Yes, I usually buy a tournament t-shirt the day I arrive because extra larges always tend to sell out super quick. And I'm not, as I said with George in the previous bout that I called, I'm not saying it'll make you more attractive, but I'm like a solid 6 in this thing.
I would tend to agree.
Yeah. Like usually I'm about a 4, but now I'm like a solid 6.
And that's not even in counting personality, so it still overcomes that, and you're still a 6.
Right?
Absolutely.
Let's just see what happens when I get a PB Extreme. I might be a solid 6.3.
Somebody needs to go over there, get a PB Extreme, and come and tell us whether or not the peanuts were soaked in Mountain Dew.
No, do not reveal that recipe. That is classified information.
I don't know.
Like I'm telling you, I'm gonna have one, and all of a sudden I'm just gonna be like, hey, so who wants to break dance?
You know, I think that's on a need-to-know basis, and I need to know.
Well, you know what? We just have a little under 9 minutes left before halftime. I will do the research, not because it sounds delicious, not because I have an eating problem, but because I care about the fans, and I want them to know what is great about that sandwich.
Are you going to reveal the sandwich? Are you going to, take a bite coming into... That could be the halftime show.
I won't subject our viewers on YouTube to that because I feel like this may be like a mind-blowing experience. Like, I'm already expecting to have a Doctor Strange, trippy moment once I have this sandwich.
Doctor Strange trippy, right? I mean...
Right? It's like
no spoiler, but that just kind of says it.
Maybe that's the extreme part. It opens up your consciousness to the infinite of peanut butter.
That I would not put that past the Tantrums food table. They might be able to do that.
Especially when we have Al B doing the cookie for them as well.
I see somebody over there buying something from the food table. I'm wondering if it is a PB Extreme sandwich.
Well, that would make you think that I'm using subliminal messaging to sell extreme PB sandwiches at low prices, and all proceeds go to help Tampa Roller Derby.
So if you don't want to get yourself into that sandwich, you can go over to the Sea Sirens table and check out those hats. To go along with your shirt, you can get a hand-painted Spring Break Swarm 2018 baseball cap, modeled by the lovely Al B.
Ooh.
I know one of the artists over there, and I'm telling you, Betty Bam Bam does great work. Those shoes were hand-painted by the one and only Betty Bam Bam. You might have heard her on one of the calls earlier. A very talented skater.
And realtor.
And realtor, as well, the roller derby realtor, in fact, as well as an artist, a logo designer.
She's a Renaissance woman is what she is.
Announcer,
you know.
great taste in food, like the PB Extreme sandwich.
It's always fun working with you, Corey.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how much fun it was until we actually worked together.
Right? And that was when you were in my hometown of Jacksonville and Tampa was playing.
A couple weeks ago. I mean, we've done a bunch of these tournaments together, and all of a sudden we turn to each other and go, yep, we've never done this before. And I think it's fun.
I think Al's afraid of our chemistry. I think he's jealous of our thing.
You can use the word jealous. I think afraid fits very well. I'm not sure jealous works.
I don't know. I think I don't think that's water he's drinking. I think he's just sipping on the haterade, just a smidge. Just a scorch of haterade
See,
in
you
his
get
bottle.
to drive home. I live here.
I know.
Was that from the extreme? Do you think that happened?
I think the PB Extreme was so extreme it had to knock over the sign for the food table.
It was pretty extreme, powerful stuff over there.
The dry erase couldn't handle it.
Dude, I really want to know. I really want to know what's in the sandwich. If only we had a roving reporter to do a sandwich interview.
I'm totally on board with this. Because, as I said at the beginning, it's always great to come to the Wrecking Hall. Not only do you have friendly staff, you have a league that really helps out all the volunteers. One of your volunteers yesterday was nice enough to get me a strawberry shortcake ice cream bar.
That's fantastic. And for everybody listening at home and watching here, I bet that was the happiest whistle you've heard. So now we're going to talk about roller derby.
All right, we are back for roller derby, and we got Banana Split Your Lip out there for FOCO. Gonna enjoy a power start.
Right through the pack, Banana Split Your Lip. Split the blockers, went down the middle. Lead jammer, FOCO.
Banana calling it. 9 points on the board. She could have gone further, but I think she was ready to split.
He'll be here all week.
All right, we got Hippie out there for FOCO going up against Hailstorm. I believe this is the first time we've seen her start at the jammer line.
Found the smallest of edges on the inside, and then cuts to the middle, getting through. That's Hippie, lead jammer, FOCO.
Excellent move on the outside of turn one. Finds a hole, slides right through, putting 5 on the board for FOCO.
Cincinnati giving some offensive help to their jammer.
Excellent offense by Bug Smasher, number 88 for Cincinnati, breaking up FOCO's wall, trying to help her jammer get through.
Hippie around again, another 5 points on the board. Skullcrusher with a couple of nice hits there, slowing Hippie down a little bit twice in a row. So good follow-up, good recovery. Good job by Hippie there with some good defense again by Cincinnati. That was a very large scoring opportunity for them.
Yeah,
that was 33 points on that jam.
34.
She got one more.
That is the high jam of this game.
That brings us to another timeout.
So while we're discussing food, because apparently that's our thing, the juniors are having a bake sale right behind us here at the announcer booth. And as I said, they are raising money to go to nationals, which will be held in Philly, which hopefully I'll be going to. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If only we knew a little bit more about that. I mean, well, we'll find out later.
Well, regardless of who's going, it will be held in Philadelphia in July.
Philly looks like a lot of fun. I have not had an opportunity to call it that level. I mean, this is excellent level, but I didn't get a chance to call.
That's right, you weren't at Nationals.
No,
in Colorado, were you?
I didn't get a chance to go to nationals last year.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
I got the nod.
You were.
I was. He wasn't.
I got the nod, but I just some stuff came up and I couldn't go. It would be really neat to go from this to being able to call nationals in Philly.
Well, I can speak from being at Loveland, Colorado last year. It was 2 hoots and a yowza is the term I'll use. A lot of fun, great derby, a lot of good people just to work around, because some of them were from up north and I hadn't had the chance. Like Scott Reed, got to work with him.
You'll be there.
Got to work with Anaphylaxis and
You'll be there.
so they'll both be there. So hopefully they may be there. It'd be great to see him again. But in the meantime, it'd be great to see this jam with Scully out there for FOCO going up against Monkey Wrench.
Scully getting out again, lead jammer. Oh no! That is not. Scully going to the box, having a seat. Lead jammer, Cincinnati, Monkey Wrench. The pack is speeding up. Monkey Wrench with a great spin move. Being slowed down.
Excellent block by number 8 on the outside of turn 3. And that's a breeze of wind.
Monkey Wrench getting some offensive help there by number 9. That is Peach Cobbler. Monkey Wrench being recycled by Baby.
Never mind. Cincinnati is sending a blocker to the penalty box. Monkey Wrench calls it. Scully putting 10 points on the board. Monkey Wrench putting 3 on the board for Cincinnati. And we got Ginger Smacks going up against Kazam on this one. And Cincinnati with a full penalty box. 3 blockers in the penalty box at the start of this jam.
So we've got 1 blocker on the track for Cincinnati. Now 2.
Ginger Smacks putting 4 on the board for Cincinnati.
Looks like 2 blockers apiece in the penalty box. Ginger Smacks going to the penalty box again with a track cut. Cincinnati leaving a power jam for Kazam. Calling off the jam. Icing the Cincinnati jammer in the penalty box. Puts Banana Split Your Lip on the line with a power start.
FOCO down 1 blocker at the beginning of this jam.
Banana Split Your Lip looking for the inside line, looking for the outside line. Decides to go outside. Banana Split Your Lip, lead jammer, FOCO.
Black 8-8 going to the penalty box for misconduct. That's 2 penalties. Now, if I saw it right, it looked like right as FOCO's jammer was getting through just before 3, the jam rep had called her on a penalty. She continued skating, and then after seeing him, called a misconduct for not going off the track. Now, I could be wrong. That's just what it looked like to me. But again, I'm mostly here to be good looking.
Doing a good job at that. Very good. I mean, hovering at a 6 and a 1/8.
Yeah. And we're at intermission. Again, be sure to get some sandwiches, get some baked goods. We still have plenty of raffle tickets and merch available. I'm Tool Time. Joining me is...
I'm Corey.
And we'll be back in a few minutes.
Just.
Hey, what is the
What is the prize?
what is the prize?
It's a Frank themed Bath and Body Works.
Frank themed Bath and Body Works. You hear that shit, bro? 177 to 208. 177 to 208. I'd stream all the dead air. We did try to film it. I got you. He's a good one for me.
Just. All right. What'd you say, Bath and Beauty? What? $77,208. Red ticket holder. Can you hear me down there? Do you? That still remains, can they hear me down there? 296? There you go. We have a winner. Okay, again, can anybody down there hear me? No? You can't hear anything I'm saying down there on that side. Really? They're going to make me walk down and then it's going to wind up being work. What? Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. Except that that doesn't get me the information that I'm looking for. But thank you, Jorge. I knew that's what you were doing. I'm going to check it out for real. Chest. Okay, seriously. One of y'all couldn't have said. Hey, Tootsie Pop. And come down here and y'all can hear me. Don't wave at me now, Tootsie Pop. You waved at me while I was down there. I wouldn't be walking down here in your face going, could you hear me? Because now I know you can hear me. If you just wanted me to visit, all you had to do is say, yo, Al, when you get a chance, shoot down this way, we want to talk. I mean, you had to, golly. But look at Skeesburger up there and Frank's Flamingo Nest. That's the
Are we streaming? We're not streaming. Oh, no.
We're about 30 seconds to roller derby. And I might be doing a little bit more talking on this half than the first, because I think somebody I know got a PB, I can't even say the word P, a PBJ, but it's not, it's an extreme. We'll find out if he can speak. He'll try to tell us a little bit about how wonderful that is.
There was a time in my life before I had the PB Extreme.
But, you know, it's hard to understand you a little bit. It's like a little bit of peanut butter in there.
No, that's just me trying to enunciate the power of the PB Extreme. There was a time in my life before I had a PB Extreme, and then there's now. And I wonder what I did with my life up until this point.
So you would say you recommend everybody in the building to go get a PB Extreme sandwich?
I recommend it because not only does it have bacon, honey, and cinnamon in it, as well as delicious peanut butter, but they also give you a wee bit of jelly to dip it in. Why? Because America. That's why.
We need jelly.
All right, we're ready to kick off the conclusion of this game. Current score is FOCO 2-31 to Cincinnati's 39. Cincinnati with 2 blockers in the penalty box. FOCO with 1. And we got Glitter, Guts and Glitter out there for Cincinnati going up against Hippie for FOCO.
Hippie found the inside line. Again, lead jammer, Hippie. That's a grand slam for Hippie coming around. Pack is speeding up.
And then that happened. Hippie doing a jump over her own player, number 20, Baby, getting through the pack. Excellent footwork on that one, saving her player from what I can say from personal experience is a whole lot of hurt.
That definitely sounds like you've experienced that before.
Yeah. It was fun. I don't need 2 lungs, really.
The left one usually suffices.
Yeah.
$29 points on that jam for Hippie.
And we have Scully out there for FOCO. And Hailstorm out there again with the jammer cover. Cincinnati down 1 blocker.
That's 2 lead jams in a row for FOCO as Scully gets lead jammer. Again, the pack is speeding up. Hailstorm being recycled by Baby. Two blockers in the box for FOCO.
$19-point jam by FOCO on that one. Looks like we have Katakazam out there for FOCO jamming on this one. So we're just early off into this second half, and already we're seeing a lot of aggression, a lot of big hits taking place, and the skaters definitely starting to get more aggressive out there.
And the packs are speeding up a little bit as well, which doesn't always go hand in hand. We've got Katakazam, lead jammer for FOCO. Monkey Wrench working hard to get through the pack, but they reform so quickly. The FOCO blockers are reforming very fast.
Going off of what you said, I am noticing that FOCO is doing a better job of staying together as a pack. You very rarely see individual blocking on FOCO side. It usually like they're paired up, or one's doing offense while the other three are forming a tripod. You're seeing a lot of individual blocking off of Cincinnati, but they're still forming together quickly when they see the jammer coming. But you definitely see FOCO getting the advantage by staying in a three-person wall with one on offense beforehand.
I mean, a high-level derby, to say the least. And these teams have come a long way to play in this tournament. And I'm very thankful that everybody came. And it's a fun thing to come to a tournament like this. And the positive cheering from the fans really does encourage these players. So keeping the cheering positive, even in a game like this, as we do have a power jam for Cincinnati, is really what we need for everybody. So,
Absolutely.
Not a power jam, positive encouragement.
Power encouragement, I like it. Baby for FOCO going to the penalty box. Ginger Smack still enjoying a power jam. High block called on 71 for FOCO. Another blocker going to the penalty box. FOCO now with a full penalty box. Only just one blocker out there for FOCO. And Ginger Smacks finds a way to get through, putting 4 on the board. Through the pack again, 8 points for Cincinnati.
Yeah, Ginger Smacks came to him there pretty fast and took the inside line as Hippie was being recycled. So on the end of that, we ended with 13-12 in favor of FOCO, but right at the end, unfortunately, the Cincinnati Jammer ends up in the box for a power start. Those P's for a power start for FOCO.
And Cincinnati only with 2 blockers. FOCO letting the power of their jammer do the work for them on that one. She gets through and gets your lead jam. And Cincinnati, at the moment, one blocker, another one rejoining in now.
Scully coming through, putting some points on the board.
Excellent blocking by 100 Thunder, holding up Aphrodite to make sure her jammer gets through clean.
Ginger smacks through. Not lead jammer signaled.
Cincinnati still down one blocker.
Yep.
14-point jam for FOCO on that one. Just 21 minutes left in this game.
Found an inside line. That is Sunny Days. Might be the first time that we've seen Sunny Days with the star. Coming through on the inside line. Oh, with an apex jump. 5 points. FOCO. That was Thunder with some offensive help, allowing Sunny Days to get through.
Almost another successful apex jump, but Cincinnati pulls the cut track on Sunny Days, making this a power jam. It may have been this team that I was watching yesterday, getting all the apex jumps just off of turn 2. It is impressive to watch. It's very difficult to execute right, but it is also really dangerous because if you get blocked in the air or you cut in front of someone, all that effort is for naught.
Yes, it's a risky move, physically as well as team moving forwardly. So, as a fan, I love watching the apex jumps and the risk taken to do it. Sunny Days coming around, another 4 points. Cincinnati jammer working hard, being recycled on the outside, just past the pivot line.
Cincinnati doing work all the way until the whistle blow, the full 2-minute jam. 23 points FOCO, 7 points Cincinnati.
And again, playing all the way to the whistle, keeping your head up, staying positive, and you know, the little victories. That was a scoring pass, power jam. The score disparity on the board and in that jam happened.
Official timeout called in the middle of the jam.
That's a... We're going to regroup a little bit and settle down, see what happened.
I'm going to settle down into this PB Extreme for a moment.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Again, it might be a little bit more of my voice on this call than Tool Times. When you know, as an announcer, there is a couple things that we learn, and eating a peanut butter sandwich while you're announcing is not necessarily on that book.
Well, I would say it's working out quite well for me because I am perpetually able to keep talking even while eating a PB&J sandwich.
Not only are you able to talk during the PB&J sandwich, you're able to retort my witty banter.
Well, you know. It's a good thing we're inside because otherwise you would be in the shade right now.
Yeah, well, you know, there's a reason that you wear a hat.
Yeah, but your beard's better than mine. Don't worry, young Padawan. I will teach you the ways to where you could eat a PB Extreme and still do a call.
That is very impressive, to say the least. So you have a beard, and I have a goatee. And I read somewhere somebody with a beard could say to somebody with a goatee, and beards come in man size too. So I thought that was funny because I don't have a beard. You know, the sides of my face are shaven, even though it's a little scruffy.
But you have an impressive goatee. It's very Viking-like.
I appreciate that. I you know, wasn't necessarily aspiring Viking, but you know, it works out. So we have a little bit more time here on the clock as they sort some things out. And again, don't forget we have wonderful vendors here. Go and visit them. I think the bake sale's still going on. We still have some wonderful sweet treats by the junior roller derby here. And
so I think I know what's happened. The team did not field a jammer, and that's caused a delay of game. In that event, the team captain gets the penalty, and now that team captain is fouled out.
That's interesting.
And I believe that was Cincinnati.
And this is just speculation at this point so far.
Yes, this is speculation just from what we're hearing, so.
And again, if they would have added a little bit more peanut butter on that, we probably wouldn't even know that much. So if anybody wants to buy another peanut butter extreme sandwich for tool time, ask for the extra peanut butter.
Challenge accepted. While I'm eating a PB. It's in the car.
I'd like to do a shout out right now to DJ Ito. DJ Ito has been sitting here spinning the wonderful tunes for us with nary a break. And I've heard somewhere sometimes that a tournament is not a tournament if DJ Ito is not there.
The blue Subaru Rail. No, I got some of the other. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm just kidding. I can't think of anything I want to eat.
So speculation it will have to be. We did not get any updates. However, two jammers on the track, and Cincinnati out with a quick jump. Lead jammer.
Monkey wrench.
Monkey wrench being slowed down there by the brace wall of FOCO. Hippie throwing a few points on the board for FOCO. And Monkey Wrench is staying out on the track. Monkey Wrench got 2 points on that last jam. So it's Monkey Wrench going up against Scully. Monkey Wrench for Cincinnati in the black with the white trim. And Scully in the yellow. And I'd say purple. Scully breaking up that wall. Getting lead jammer for FOCO. Tool Time has a little bit of peanut butter on the roof of his mouth, so I'm going to keep going.
I'm sorry, I'm letting you run the call because you're doing a great job, Corey.
Oh, I misunderstood, but thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You're so supportive.
All right, and that's 4 points on the board for FOCO. Just under 17 minutes left in this game. Be sure to stick around because we have Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby going up against Crooked River Roller Girls. That'll be taking place at 3 p.m. And definitely stay for the conclusion of this tournament where your Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby is going up against FOCO. FOCO with your lead jam. Cincinnati right on her tail. Calls it. No points scored.
That was, again, the pack was speeding up. The Cincinnati Jammer was right on the FOCO. Ginger Smacks was right on Sunny Days, and they decided to call it off. And they're going to refield both jammers.
Sunny Days against Ginger Smacks. Both teams at full strength at the start of the pack. Some fancy footworks and laterals by Sunny Days. Finds a hole on the inside. Gets through for your lead jam for FOCO.
So we have a blocker for FOCO going to the point box. We have 5 points on that jam for FOCO. Hippies on the track for FOCO, being joined by Monkey Wrench. It seems as if the peanut butter is taking advantage of tool time. Hippie through, lead jammer, FOCO. Monkey Wrench finding a hole on the outside. Causing Hippie to call off the jam after scoring 4 points.
And it may be the PB Extreme getting to me, but I have the sneaking suspicion that we have some FOCO fans in the room. I'm sorry, I just thought we had some FOCO fans in the room. Obey me and I will love you. This is how it works. In the meantime, we got Scully out there for FOCO. Going against Hailstorm.
Hailstorm being recycled by with a really good balance work on the outside line with Scully. Hailstorm still working to get through the brace wall.
And with two blockers in the penalty box, the 2 blockers remaining for Cincinnati have got their work cut out for them as far as helping their jammer and getting Scully held up. But Hailstorm gets through the initial pass.
Scully being recycled a little bit. Scully deciding to slow down the pack and call off the jam. So we did a little bit of a cheer for FOCO. Let's see if we can hear it for the hard work that the Cincinnati team is doing. Oh, I heard you guys a second ago. We can do. There we go.
And it's coming from the FOCO section. That is what you call sportsmanship. Respect the game, appreciate the effort. Sunny Days getting your lead jam for FOCO. And she's okay. Gonna have the medic check her out. She did seem to have an issue getting up. Official timeout called. We have just under 11 minutes left in this game, and as I've said throughout this broadcast, the PB Extreme is available for sale, as well as multiple other sandwiches. I will stand by the PB Extreme, though, but I may need some baked goods afterwards. But if only there were baked goods here, Corey.
I think we do have the Junior Roller Derby selling baked goods at what I can't remember what they call it. I think they call it a bake sale.
It's like a sale, but for baked goods.
Yes.
Ah, you are clever.
I kind of came up with that myself.
Yeah, you should patent that.
Like a bake sale?
Yeah, bake sale.
It could be like a really good fundraiser for teams and stuff.
I think so. I'm always down for baked goods.
I mean, who doesn't like a good cupcake? A cupcake at all. Any cupcake is a cupcake.
A muffin is not a cupcake. A muffin is a cupcake that decided to quit halfway.
Wow. Ito. Thanks. He kind of did describe me, didn't he? I'm just going to take this one and I'm just take one for the team. Mr. Albee, I'm just taking one for the team.
But we still have plenty of merch available, and they do have a printer here, so you can put your name and or number on the back of your shirt. Official timeout remains while we're getting all the penalties assessed over at the penalty box.
And our mics are high. We got Hippie going up against Monkey Wrench.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to first couple of
There goes Hippie as lead jammer. Yep.
Hippie calling it up just as she hits the pack, putting 2 on the board.
Sorry. No, you're perfect. Don't hear that very often, either.
All right, we have Scully taking the line, going up against Monkey Wrench. Both teams down 1 blocker. Scully in the penalty box for Power Jam.
Kelly going to the penalty box for a forearm. That's a power jam for Cincinnati. Cincinnati jammer being recycled. Still has some time to take advantage of the power jam. Cincinnati jammer, Monkey Wrench, lead jammer. Some offense being played, causing number 47, Aphrodite, to go to the penalty box.
Eight minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Katakazam jamming for FOCO. Going up against Monkey Wrench with Cincinnati.
Catechasm lead jammer FOCO. Catechasm, 5 points on the board. Grand slam, FOCO. Monkey wrench going to the penalty box. Cincinnati Jammer having a seat for cutting the track. Good offensive work by FOCO.
Absolutely.
The brace wall was there, and they all came and broke up that brace of Cincinnati.
Team captain number 201 for FOCO, Baby. Definitely great communication and keeping her walls exactly where she wants them and where she needs her blockers at.
And again, in tournaments like this, you're going to get teams coming from different places. And coming from different places are going to be at different levels. And this is just an example of that. But every game that you play at every level that you play at is an opportunity to grow and learn more roller derby.
Absolutely. And yesterday was the first time that I've seen Cincinnati take the track in person. I'm really impressed with how they've been doing out there, and I look forward to seeing them at more tournaments.
Yeah, again, we have Ginger Smacks going up against Banana Split Your Lip.
Lead going to FOCO.
Yeah, Baby getting Banana Split Your Lips out of the pack by slowing down Ginger Smacks into the inside.
Low block called. That's going on number 4 for FOCO. Oh, just off of turn 3, number 8 from FOCO taking out Ginger Smacks. A breeze of wind devastating those outside lines this whole weekend.
Ginger Smacks getting some offensive help, but a cut track on Ginger Smacks going to the penalty box, giving a power jam to FOCO. My peas popped.
Yeah, this might.
It's me. Banana Split Your Lip coming around again. 5 more points on the board. Taking advantage of the extra point for the Jammer being in the penalty box.
And that's a 30-point jam for FOCO. And another 5-point pass, and I am fairly sure that is the most 34-point jam. I think that's maybe the most we've seen, if not this weekend, if not today. But
That's a very high scoring jam.
it is impressive to say the least. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Hippie taking the line for FOCO, going up against Guts and Glitter.
So FOCO with a blocker advantage to start this out. Hippie being driven to the outside. Hippie showing excellent balance work. Being recycled, getting a burst of speed, coming around, getting lead jammer for FOCO. Hippie with one to beat, does a little bit of a juke, comes around the inside, scoring 5 points on a natural grand slam. Hippie with a 1 foot coming around on the outside, then stopping herself on the toe stops to score 5 more points.
Aphrodite going to the penalty box. Hippie, 15 points on the board. And Cincinnati sending their jammer to the penalty box. And a double penalty. $20-point jam for FOCO.
Trying to squeeze a few more points at the end there, but not quite quick enough to get the extra. But 20 points on that jam is a pretty good run.
And is that Baby taking the jammer line?
I think so.
I believe it is.
Seems as if it's the first time we're seeing Baby on the jammer line this game.
I believe you're correct.
And we have...
We're just sorting out some stuff. "42 seconds left on the period clock. And stay tuned because we have Crooked River Roller Girls going up against the Jacksonville Junior Roller Derby. And since FOCO is off to our side and they've been really excited, let's give a big round of applause to our refs, our NSOs, everyone out here doing a great job. Like, I'm lucky enough to have Al looking out for me that I get to sit one out every once in a while. Some of these skaters, refs, are going out there almost every game. And I get to sit here and just shoot the breeze from a nice, comfortable lawn chair, whereas they're having to actually do work. And my biggest inconvenience is I don't have another PV Extreme in front of me right now.
You know, there's got to be something to be said for an announcer who can actually eat anything with the word peanut butter in it during a roller derby announcing event. Look at that.
Ask and ye shall receive, given a cupcake.
And they
thank you
you
very much. It's because I'm handsome.
You know, sometimes
you
people
wouldn't know
give
anything
gifts.
about it. Oh.
Sometimes people give gifts to the announcer that they feel sorry for.
That's true. I am quite pitiable.
Baby out, lead jammer. First time with a star on the helmet tonight.
Baby threw the initial pass, putting 4 on the board for FOCO. Some good blocking by Cincinnati off of turn 2, taking Baby back to turn 1.
Baby demonstrating the fact that she also has good footwork.
And a successful cover pass off to Peach Cobbler. And Baby calls it. That is the game. Unofficial score 476-68. If you enjoyed this game, join up at the line to slap hands with these skaters once the
It is unofficial,
is
so
taken.
we need to wait till it's an official score. There are some things to be sorted out, I'm sure.
All right. I am going to enjoy my delicious cupcake provided to me by FOCO at the end of that. I'm going to get another PB Extreme. Let's give a big round of applause for FOCO Roller Derby. And those of you joining us in the YouTubes, be sure to check them out at 5 o'clock today when they'll be taking on your Tampa Bay Junior Roller Derby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Cincinnati. All right, tool time. Thank you so much for this. It was an exciting game, nonetheless. And I don't know. I think this is the last call that we're going to have together this tournament. Thank you so much. I'm Corey, and sitting next to me is
Tool time. And we will see you after an intermission.